All right, Dan, thank you. Now to an update on the now former deputy director of Governor Maura Healey's office in his drug trafficking case. After 45-year-old LaMar Cook was originally held without the right to bail, a Hamden Superior Court judge now set a cash bail for Cook yesterday at $75,000. He was also ordered to forfeit his passport, and since he was deemed a flight risk that happened, the judge said that while Cook is still dangerous, new conditions could be imposed to ensure the community's safety. Cook was originally arrested on drug trafficking and firearm charges back in October. Officials say he had at least 50 pounds of cocaine delivered to 2 state facilities addressed to a person who apparently didn't exist.